guys, welcome to the Lawyer. Me and my lawyers community, we are here to help you with the family law and studies related to the family law. This is the introductory lecture related to the family law. There are different topics which has to be covered under the family law. The first one, in general, is the Hindu joint family. Then comes the interstate succession, then the testamentary succession, then right of preemption and gifts under Muslim law. And then one more topic that is the waqf. So this is the overall structure of the family law, but we are not going to study this structure in this format. Me and my team, we have put all these things into a better way. We have categorized them in a good manner so that you can understand the basic concepts as well. So our motto is to teach you from the basics to application. So most of the topics will be covered in a very basic manner. So let's go for it. So the first topic we'll be discussing, or we'll be going for, a Hindu joint family. Therein we'll understand the two schools of Hindu law, that is Mitakshara and Dayabhaga. And once we understand these two schools of Mitakshara and Dayabhaga, schools of Hindu law, then we can understand who is co-personally under these two schools of Hindu law. Then we'll go for the Karta, his position, his powers and his duties. So once we understand these three things, then and then only we'll go for the partition under the Hindus. So next topic under the Hindu law will be the succession. There are two types of succession. First is interstate succession and the second is testamentary succession. So what is interstate and what is testamentary? Let's do it very simple. What is interstate? If a person dies without making a will, that is called as interstate. So assume this scenario, Amitabh Bachchan from the Bagban, if he is dying without making any will, then that will be called as a Hindu male dying interstate, that is without making a will. So when we consider the interstate succession, there is the most important part, Hindu Succession Act 1956. So we'll be considering, or we'll be seeing the application of HSA 1956. Then once we understand the application of Hindu Succession Act to a male dying intestate, then we'll go for a rights of a Hindu female in terms of a succession. There are 2-3 terms here and there, that is Sridhana and women's estate. We'll be going for that. So this will be the overall interstate succession. Then we'll go for a testamentary succession. What is testamentary? If a person dies and before dying he makes a will, that will be called as a testamentary succession. So when we consider a testamentary succession under Hindus, so again Hindu Succession Act 1956 is applicable. So for 90 to 95% of the topics in testamentary succession in Hindus, Hindu Succession Act 1956 applies, but in some topics like 5 to 6%, Indian Succession Act 1925 is applicable. So which are the provisions we'll be seeing in the later context. Then succession in Muslim law. So again we know there are two types of succession, interstate, a male dying without making a will, and second is testamentary, male dying and before dying he makes a will. So this is the area under the succession in Muslim law. Here first of all we must understand who are the Shias, who are the Sunnis. Unless and until we understand these two types under the Muslims, we cannot go for the next topic. So first of all we'll understand who are the Shias and Sunnis. Once we understand Shias and Sunnis, then we'll go for the general principles of inheritance under the Muslim law. Muslim law is it is not written or it is not codified. So what are the provisions? Let's go for it when we'll be studying in detail. Then testamentary succession in Muslims. So there is a will for it. So what is the wasiyat under the Muslim law? That will be the major topic under the testamentary succession in Muslims. Apart from these two, there is one important concept, that is preemption. What is preemption? That is Shufa. What is the meaning of Shufa? What is preemption? We'll be dealing it in the consequent videos. Apart from preemption, there are two more topics to be studied under the succession in Muslim law. First is gifts, that is hiba. So what is the nature and characteristics of hiba, types of hiba, that will be done. And then Waqf board, these are the board who control or who regulate the laws and most of the things related to the Islamic law in India. So this is the succession in Muslim law. Then the next part will be succession in Parsis. For that, again, we know two types: intestate succession, that is male dying without making a will, and testamentary, that is making a will. So this is the area under the succession in Parsis. Herein we'll be discussing what is Indian Succession Act 1925. There are some concepts like domicile, succession to the property, consanguinity. So once we understand these concepts, then we'll be going for the provisions related to interstate succession applicable to Parsis. And again, there are some 2-3 points related to persons other than Parsis. So that is interstate. And in testamentary, again the same law applies, that is Indian Succession Act 1925. There are some basic concepts like wills and codicils. Then the competence of a testator, whether that person was eligible or he was competent to make a will. Then next concept will be there are some legacies. So whether a legacy is a void, it is onerous, contingent, or there are some backwards, conditional backward. So we'll be studying that. So that's it for the introductory lecture. Thank you so much.